The goal was to find a set of irons for the beginner, under £100, good looking, forgiving, powerful and can keep up to date with today's technology. Let's see how I got on. Guys, how you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. Simon down here at Burford Golf Lab, and this is a brand new episode, a bargain review. And before I get into these absolute beasts of irons, let's recap from the last episode. So if you're new to Bargain Review, this is the series where I buy old golf clubs off eBay or Facebook and basically show you don't have to spend a fortune to keep up to date with today's technology as long as you're buying the right club for your game. And in the last episode, I reviewed a beautiful set of MP60s for £80. These things were in mint condition, and congratulations to Joe who won those set of irons. So please message me on Instagram or Facebook and I will get those sent straight out to you. And if you want to be in with a chance to win this beautiful set of Srixon irons in my hand 4 to A wedge, all you have to do is leave this video a like, subscribe if you are new, and comment down below, did you think I got a good deal on this set and what you would like to see in the next episode or series of Bargain Review. And I emphasise next series mainly because I spent £260 on the weekend on a brand new, well not brand new, second-hand beginner set of irons from drive all the way down to putter. So if you want to go and see what's coming up, go and watch that video. But this video is all about the irons and I'm going to explain why I think these are suitable for a beginner golfer. So whilst I justify these irons being good for a beginner golfer, I'm going to overlay me hitting all the irons A wedge to 4 iron consecutively. I did get the 5 and 4 iron mix up, hence why I thought a 5 iron went 230 yards. So here's my top 5 reasons these being good for a beginner golfer. Number 1, price. £99. Including delivery for 8 irons. So that's near on £12 a club, including the grip. And we'll get to the grip in a minute. But in terms of value, when you're starting the game of golf, you might not even like it. So don't spend £1,500 when you might not even have time. You might not enjoy being out on the golf course. You might not enjoy the practice element that it takes to get good at this game. So dip your toe. And for £100, getting a forged set of irons that when they first came out was £1,500 for the set is a no-brainer. Also, when people say to me, why don't you get a Wilson starter set or Max Fly set, they're great options, don't get me wrong. However, I know in a year or 2 years time, I can still sell this set for £100. In 2 years time, could you do the same with that starter set? Number 2, let's talk about the elephant in the room, head design, because I know a lot of you are probably thinking, Simon, these are blades. Why are you giving a beginner golfer a set of blades? These clubs came out before I started the game. So yes, actually, when I bought these, I thought they were chunkier than they actually are. But I don't think that's a bad thing. When I look at a beginner golfer, I'm thinking male, 15 years of age to 50 years of age, just starting the game. Your swing's going to get better, it's going to get faster. One of the biggest mistakes I made when I started the game, I got R7 tailor-made XDs, which were basically rockets that made the ball go so far. My 7-iron used to go 180, 190 comfortably. And when I actually made the change to going down to AP2s, which are pretty much similar to this, it's like I had to start the game again. I don't think starting the game, not with a blade, but with a cavity back iron like this is such a bad thing. Make it harder for yourself when you start. You're still going to get the forgiveness, the control, the distance from these irons. These go a lot further and a lot more forgiving than the MP60s. But at the same time, you're not going down the Ping G400. You're not going down the Big Bertha route, where actually you just lose too much control, too much spin and too much launch. Might as well go down this side and get used to how the game of golf is supposed to be played, those irons are perfect for your 70 to 80-year-old golfer that literally can't swing the club fast enough to get the ball in the air. You starting the game are going to progress very quickly, so you might as well get an iron that is going to progress comfortably with yourself. Number 3, the grips. The grips are unreal. I could pull these grips and sell them for 50 quid alone, just for the 8 Align grips. These grips, brand new, cost £15 each. Now, I can tell there wasn't a professional that did these because they're not exactly the straightest, and also the grip tape's popping out the bottom. So when I do give these away, I will pull them and I will re-grip them myself so they're actually aligned to the club. That being said, I'm not a big advocate of the grip being highly important when you start the game. Just get something that's comfortable and somewhere around the idea of having a neutral grip. I don't care, I want you to get the ball in the air. However, having an aid that when I'm not around teaching you can give you a bit of an idea of how to hold the golf club, I think is a big bonus. And when you start getting faster and stronger and hitting the ball further, having a more neutral grip will definitely help you in the long run. So, number 3, the grip for the price, and it's aligned somewhat when I'll redo them, I think is a great bonus to this beginner set of irons. Number 4, quality. These are quality, forged Srixon iron. These are 15 years old and they look like they've just come out of the factory. Yes, they're a bit weathered. Yes, they've got a few marks. Yes, they've got a bit of rust on them. But in terms of the long run, you could easily get 5 to 6 years out of these irons unless you snap them over your leg. Whereas a beginner set of irons, they're a great price point, but the quality isn't there. You can't buy a £300 set, including a bag, driver, woods, hybrids, irons, putter, without having the quality somewhat subsidized. And I know that if you want to go and test something that is £1,600, like today's irons are, for example, at the high quality end, whether it's TaylorMade, Callaway, Srixon, Mura, Honma, wherever it is, you can at least taste. I'm not saying this is as good as those, but you can at least taste what a forged iron should feel and sound like, and you can do it for £99. Again, there's no right or wrong answer, but for the price, that is why I think beginning the game with something like this would be a big bonus. Number 5 is, what is your alternative? Your alternative is spending 5 times the amount of money and only getting 5 to pitch and wedge. Whereas you spend £100 of your money, or you buy a starter set that, don't get me wrong, I've got nothing against, driver, woods, irons, putter, wedge, and a bag for £250 or £300, that's great. That starts you off. But you're going to want to add to that quickly because you're going to outgrow it with the Uniflex steel shaft or whatever they might have in it. These, god damn, they're good looking, first of all. These are 15 years old, and first of all, they're going to be turning heads. People are going to ask you, what have you got? And because you've done your research and you've thought about what you're buying and not just going along with everyone else or spending 6 times the amount of money when you start the game, that is why I've started this series. Because the alternative is, you could have a club that used to be worth £1,500 for the set, but now you've got it for £99. And you could probably sell it for £110. You could play with these for a year and make 10 quid. That is why I like the idea of buying clubs on research, information, and getting a set for a great price. At this point, I probably should talk about how the clubs actually felt. Now, I had regular flex shafts in them, and if you're new to the channel, don't worry about the flex. Don't let a flex turn you off a good set of irons. Yes, it's nice if you are fitted and you're spending £2 on a set of clubs. They need to be down to the T, good for you, especially if you're playing 4 times, 5 times a week and you want to get as much out of that investment as possible. However, for a £100 set of irons, don't let the flex turn you off. So regular flex, steel iron, standard length, standard lie with these grips, how did they feel? They felt as good as any other forged club that I've hit in a recent time. Maybe not as forgiving as some of the forged irons today. That is mainly where most of the technology in forged irons, whatever manufacturer it is to make that blade club look more blade-like and more forgiving, which is tough to do because physics says the smaller the head, the more likely that club's going to turn if you don't hit it out the middle. But power wise, these were a lot stronger than the MP60s. Don't feel I had as much control with them as the MP60s, but in terms of forgiveness and power, which you need some of when you're starting the game, they were good. As well as if I wanted to shake these clubs, if I wanted to hit a knockdown shot, if I wanted to draw it around the corner, the head design as well as the club itself would allow me to have that option. So overall, Srixon is a good manufacturer anyway. It's very similar to Mizuno when it comes down to forged heads. They feel great, they look great. So it ticks every box, and mainly because of the price. Would I be gushing over this if it was £700 for the set still? Probably not. But the fact it's nearly £12 a club, you can't go wrong. So guys, I want you to leave me your thoughts. What do you think on this set of irons? Do you agree with my philosophy for a beginner golfer? Is this something that you're interested in now putting in your bag? Or actually you're going to steer away? You're going to go opposite of what I've said? Let me know in the comments down below. Now I will be giving this set of irons away, but once everything's turned up and I've reviewed everything, I'm going to do a whole bag review. I'm going to do a course vlog. I'm going to go down the range at night time just so you can see the full works of this set before I give it away. But if you do want to enter to win these irons, as I said, it's this video that counts. So leave this video a like, share it, that'd be nice. Comment down below as well as subscribe if you already haven't done so. Guys, thank you ever so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support in this series, as well as all the comments and people just passing me in the street saying that they love it. So thank you ever so much to all of you. I will catch you later.